All right, so excited. Ba, 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 ba. You're gonna love the next person. All right. Darka Dusty is a writer and musician. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Darka spent many years in New York City and London while she worked for The Economist and Jive Records. Darka was once half of New York-based Ukrainian music duo Darka and Slavo. I'm gonna mess that up. Producing popular records and winning Best International Band at the first non-Soviet Ukrainian Pop Music Festival. Darka sings, plays piano, accordion, and is a soloist and with several Portland records. When she's not performing, Darka runs a photography company with her partner, Miri. She's also a contributing writer for several local magazines and loves to write horoscopes on dailyhoroscope.com, so check that out. Please welcome to stage, Darka Dusty.
Hey everybody, how's it going? That was nice. Smooth. I have a PTSD about forgetting lyrics. I'm going to sing a little song after I tell you my story. So, you heard a little bit of that history. I was a Ukrainian recording artist with my ex-partner. And that doesn't mean I was born in Ukraine. I was born in Detroit, and that means that I've been discovering and researching and finding my Ukrainian culture my whole life in some way. Whether it was through music or stories my grandmother told or cultural things such as embroidery. And this actually sort of fits into the story because there's a lot of mysticism in Ukrainian culture. For example, at one of these Ukrainian festivals, there was this guy who was like this gypsy dude dressed in all this embroidery. And I asked him, I'm like, you know, tell me about this. And he says, well, do you consider yourself Ukrainian? You need to be wearing embroidery. If you do, because the Ukrainians, when they were, you know, when other cultures wanted to take over, such as Russia or thousands of years of cultural, just trying to take over Ukrainian culture, the embroidery is what told the story. So people would learn the embroidery of their region. So if you saw something like red next to blue, then it would be coming from one region. Ukrainians have a lot of this mysticism, and it's just a very ancient culture, like 1,000-year-old culture. So people can get pretty weird over there. And they're very spiritual people, and it begs questioning just what these things mean, the things that I went through that I'm about to tell you. So this thing that I'm about to tell you, I went to a Ukrainian festival. I was performing there. There was hundreds of performers and thousands of people, tons of people. And I have a historically bad back. And when did I get it? About a week back. Wow. I feel like this is my comic debut. This is so weird. So I better be fucking funny, I think. It's not gonna happen. I'm scared. I'm never scared. Oh my God. So my back hurts, and they say, you know, there's a chiropractor backstage. But it's more like, I'm a chiropractor. So I'm not gonna talk Ukrainian to you. There's a chiropractor backstage, he's gonna sort you out. So I go back there, and I'm going there with my ex-partner, Slavko, and you know, we're married. And when the doors open, the chiropractor is waiting, creepily, standing there like, he was waiting for us. And he had a smock, like a doctor smock, but no shirt. So chest hairs, smock, like creepy. We're in Ukraine, maybe this is what the chiropractors wear over here, I don't know. So he says, okay, Slavko, you sit down there, and you and I are gonna go in this room and we'll sort you out. Once we get in there, he starts to talk weird shit to me, like, okay, so take your shirt off, I won't look, just lay down, face down, and then I'm changing, and he goes, Darka, have you ever known anyone who was able to control you with their thoughts? Have you ever known anyone who was able to possess you with their thoughts? And I said, oh no, I've got a weirdo, great, my back just hurts, fix it and shut up. I'm lying there, he's doing his thing. And then at one point, he sort of waves his arms, and and he lifts his arms off of my back, and I feel my body go down really deep into the chiropractic bed there. I felt like I gained 50 pounds, and I had no energy in my body. Like he took whatever life force I have, and he scooped it up for himself. And then I'm thinking, that's insane. I'm a logical person. I write horoscopes, so it's... I don't even believe the horoscopes that I write. I'm a very logical person because I'm an Aquarius. So I'm sitting there going, okay, it's time to get up. He went to talk to Slavko in the other room, and I'm like, it's time to get up. I can't get up. I can't lift my arms. There were no roofies. I can't lift my arms. I can't lift my legs. I'm like, that's insane. I'm like, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't lift up. A fly even landed on my back, started walking around. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't So 10 minutes go by. I'm lying there going, and then finally it wore off. So I don't know what that was. I come out of there. Slavko's waiting outside. He's obviously been hearing a thing or two from the chiropractor because he's looking at me like this. And I come out there with a kind of a dizzy sort of I don't know what just happened. And then he says, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I start laughing hysterically, uncontrollably, and I don't know why. And I'm laughing, and the chiropractor's laughing, and Slavko's sitting down, and he's suddenly looking at us like we have flashlights, and we're all going, wah, wah. And it got really weird. So we leave. That's the end of that guy, right? Chiropractor, freaky, kind of helped my back. Mostly freaked me out. That was day 1 at the festival. Day 2 at the festival, I am feeling this chiropractor calling to me. And I'm like, I'm starting to get possessed by this guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I just, that feeling like you think someone's just right around the corner? I felt like that all day. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I just thought the chiropractor would be I'd see him creepily looking at me from behind something with a smock. I felt him all the time. I felt him I need to excuse myself from the little gang that I was with. And I'm like, excuse me. And I'd walk around the festival going, where the fuck is this chiropractor? And then I'm pissed off because just get, I'm sort of going after him and then realizing what does he want? Why am I following him? I don't know what's going on. So that was day 2. Day 3, same thing happens. And I'm like, that's it. And I started to ignore it, even though he would enter my mind all the time. That night, I dreamed about him. It was not a good dream. I actually felt him coming into my dream and try to have sex with me in my dream. Like he wanted to possess me. And I'm sitting there going, oh, no, you don't. I'm like, get the fuck. And I'm fighting him off in my dream. And this is a real thing. He wasn't sexy, he was disgusting. I don't know. It was very strange. All right, we leave the festival. This was in the southern city somewhere in Ukraine. I'm thinking, good, we're done with that. Crazy chiropractor, I'm rid of him finally. We fly to Kiev, which is pronounced actually Kyiv, so that you know. And this was in 1991, 5 years after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. And the friend we were staying with was very excited because she was going to be serving me and Slavka some bread with honey. And honey has basically disappeared in Ukraine by that point because the bees all died after Chernobyl. So there hadn't been any local honey for a long, long time. So she got some imported honey, and she was really proud of it, and she was telling us about the bees and all this thing. And it's just a fascinating thing. And you wonder what happened. So the next day we are leaving Ukraine. We are leaving from Kiev to Moscow, back to New York. And the chiropractor was just gone out of my head. But he left a very big impression. So tarmac, big airport, they don't really let you board the plane in the airport. You have to get on a bus. They drive you half a mile in the middle of the airport. And there's a plane there, and you go outside, and you're waiting to board, and there's the staircase going up. And I felt like someone put out a cigarette on my hand. Everybody smokes over there. I look around, there's nothing there, and I look, and there's a bee stinging my arm. And all I could say, and all I was convinced by was, "It's the chiropractor!" That's it. I'm gonna do one little song. It was the chiropractor too, man. That guy was creepy. I looked for about 30 minutes yesterday for a picture of him. I was gonna blow it up, put it on my iPad and show you because it's creepy. So this little ending of the night, I'm gonna sing you a little song, and if you wanna hear the song done by a beautiful choir and also in a very mystical way, there's a high art kind of film back in the 60s called In the Shadow of Our Forgotten Ancestors, and it's one of the only Ukrainian films out there in film world, and it's just a really beautiful movie, but it's very strange, and it has a lot of these mystical things. The song I'm gonna sing you is the wedding scene, and there's a choir singing it, and there's this very erotic moment where the girl who's got like 15 things on, she's being undressed by her girlfriends for her wedding night, and they're taking one layer off and another layer off, and the last thing you see is her slip fall to the floor around her red boots. So that's kind of what this song is. Check out the movie. This is called Verbovaya Doshchechka, and I'm singing it in a big voice mountain kind of style.
Darka Dusty, everybody! Yay! That was amazing, and now I've forgotten all of the questions that I was thinking of while you were talking. Although I will say that I dated a chiropractor once. They're a little creepy sometimes. It's true, you guys. No, go see your chiropractors. They're very nice people. They just may stick in your head and create some chaos in your life. It's fine. So how did you get into horoscopes? Like how did you get into That's...
I answered a Craigslist ad. They send me the horoscope stuff, and then I just spin it for love. I do love horoscopes. So I just get the astrological content, like, you know, Venus is in, or no, what would it be? It would be like, oh, Aquarius is in Uranus, and you know. So I just basically make it for love. So dailyhoroscope.com, the love horoscopes. That's me, and but that's my trifecta. You know, Chuck Palahniuk says if you're a Portlander, you have to do three things, right? Chuck, yeah. So
the
music,
three things are
photography, horoscopes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't do photography or horoscopes. Oh. I'm in trouble. But I'm a Pisces, though. I don't know what the fuck that means. I think it means I'm a drunk, which is true. So maybe that's true now. I don't know. Maybe it's true. You are absolutely amazing. Are you playing anywhere? Can we find you anywhere? Where can we follow you and be your forever friend?
I have a band, one of a couple called Darka, Dusty and the Borscht Beatniks. And we're going to play a house concert at Subterranea. And if you friend me on Facebook, Darka Dusty, it'll be July 1st, the July 4th weekend. And we're going to have our Ukrainian sort of group and some stuff in English, but we're going to do a lot of Ukrainian stuff too.
So, and I mean this with all sincerity, do you play polka music?
Hell yeah.
Yay! Okay, then I will definitely check. I love polka music for some reason. I think it's very jaunty. So we'll totally check you out. Thank you so much for doing the show. Yay!
I play polka music. I play polka music of Ukrainian songs, which are all really, really depressing, like Malaya Muzha Piyaka, which is basically, I had a husband, he was a drunk. I was a husband, he was a drunk. He used to hit me, he used to hit me. I had a husband, he was a drunk. Those are the Ukrainian songs.
So you're the Missy Elliott of the Ukraine? Is that what you're telling me? I didn't even know. Well, we'll look for your pop remixes of sad Ukrainian songs. Their lives. Yes, you may ask a question. I don't know, can you? Can you ask a question? May I? Yes, you may. Yes.
Okay. Darka, did you look at a headset or something, or was that literally coming out of your mouth the whole time?
No, it was coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, she's just real loud.
And I've got really bad lungs. I've got asthma. I have bad lungs. Yeah.
I thought you had a headset on.
Oh no! As soon as I heard her sing, I was sitting right here, and no, as soon as I heard her sing, like I was sitting like just right there, and I could feel the vibrations coming out of her mouth. I was like, yeah.
That's why I stepped back, because I've broken glass before.
I've broken mics before too. I feel you on that one. All right, I thank you so much. Can you give Darka another round of applause?
Thank you, Siren Nation.
She totally rocked it. Siren Nation, give it up for them, because this show is all them. This has been an incredible night of storytelling, and I'm so glad that you guys came and watched it with us. That was so great. They have another show on June 25th at the Alberta Rose Theater. It's Dolly Parton themed. What? Yeah. So totally check that out. Just a reminder, I have a show at Curious Comedy on 6/10. It's with Deanne Smith, who was a finalist on Last Comic Standing. Her new album, Talk to My Balls, is coming out. So yeah, she's funny. And the proceeds go to Portland Pride, the Gay and Lesbian Pride. So come down, enjoy that. Brown paper tickets, blah, blah, blah. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out enthusiastically. Yay! And tip your bartenders and all that stuff. Good night.